Hello trader, welcome back to another live streaming. I hope that I'm back now on the connection. There has been a little bit of disruption in the connection, but back on track. Welcome back to another live streaming. Very important trading day coming up. Two very important high impact news that you will be looking to trade in this live session. With all of you guys ready for a big day? Let's wait to see how we can trade for this upcoming session. I'm waiting to see everyone to show up, and then we start beginning. We'll be begin with analysis, and then we will be looking for potential trade setup. Thank you very much. Yubaraj, hello sir, welcome. Ojas, welcome back everyone. Chinere, thank you. I joined your trading community. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining here, and absolutely you're welcome. As we discussed, we are taking only members from this live session via the giveaway currently. So if you want to stay connected, if you want to be enter into the competition of the giveaway at the end of the session. So the reason is, if you are really dedicated trader, then you will stick till the end. Okay, so that's what we need. We need the member, we need the trader who are truly committed, so that we can help them. Now with that being said, let's begin today's. First of all, we will be looking at gold we are looking at, and also we will be looking at the currency pairs. So if you guys specifically looking at any of the instrument, you can also mention in the chat. Yusuf, welcome. So first, let's see, as news coming on dollar, we can see that NZD USD, euro dollar, British pound US dollar, and some of the dollar pairs, AUD USD, they are currently that they are trading very nicely. And looking at XAU USD here, gold, we can see that there is a sharp bounce from this support level. Now first of all, let's look at the multi-time frame analysis to see where potentially be heading. Now looking at first of all monthly chart. Now I have also discussed in the analysis that I posted early today on gold. Coach, any setup? Yeah, we are looking at first in 10 minutes, in 15 minutes time, there is coming up two important news. If you guys look at, and looking at coming up two very important high impact news. If you look at the calendar, we can see that dollar coming preliminary GDP and unemployment claims. So two important news coming up in just a matter of 10 minutes. So we will be waiting for the data to be released in 10 minutes time, and then we will look for potential setup, potential entry. Now before we go to that, let's quickly look at here the multi-time frame analysis. Multi-time frame analysis is key, as we discussed many times. If you are passionate about trading either whatever instrument you are trading, currency, gold, or any instrument, crypto or anything, the key here is to look at the multi-time frame analysis. Okay, so if you look at here, why multi-time frame is so important is because of when you look at the multi-time frame analysis, you'll see that bigger picture, right? So when you look at the bigger picture, you can see the smaller pictures in detail. So looking at the monthly here, we can see that from the monthly, it's a bull market, and with this bullish impulse that we can see from the monthly so far, we can see the candle has a high and low on the monthly. And with that movement expecting, you can see the price just has got a rejection from the monthly support level. And it's a long-term bull, right? So long-term is very important to see that where the market potentially be heading here. So with that being said, what we can see that it's a long-term bull market. We can see from here pretty strong bounce, and from the weekly here we can see that from the weekly, this is the weekly price action, where from this support level there is a sharp bounce to the upside from the weekly, and you can see there is a doji, a big drop to the support and bounce back to the upside again here. And if we look at the daily here, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily impulse here, and with that daily impulse, what we can see, the market from this support level, what we can see, the market is that we can see here in this instrument, the price is from the daily pushing back to the upside here. And now with that movement coming up in 7 minutes, so from the if you guys look at, you can see from this support level there is a sharp bounce, and with that bounce we can see the price has this is the 4-hour chart. After the multi-time frame, we are coming to the lower time frame here, and in this lower time frame we can see the market trending. Okay, so this is an important support here, support here, support here. Okay, we saw that break of support, now rejection back to the upside here. Now that may lead that price back to the resistance line for the long-term picture. Here we can see the market is in an uptrend, and with that being said, you can see there is a long wick rejection, the market forming series of higher low. And now the question here, let's look at the daily move. Now daily move is big today. If you look at the ATR today, so far we see there has been almost 670 pip move already has happened back to the upside. So if you look at the ATR, let's look at ATR currently. On the daily, ATR is 718. Okay, so 720 pip is daily ATR. So 720 pip is the daily ATR. So far move is around 650 pips, so nearly to 1 ATR move is approaching that that market. And because it's moving that much, okay, so if we see that further upside with the news, we may see pullback. And because the market has made that much of movement back to the upside, it is less likely to have a reversal back to the daily support, I think. Let's wait to see. Because if you look at the weekly, you can see that from this weekly support level, if you see that here, so it's a weekly support, and from this weekly support, all right, so this is a key area of weekly support, there has been a sharp rejection to the upside. And because there has been sharp rejection to the upside from the weekly, if you look at the monthly as well, okay, bounce, weekly, sharp bounce, daily, a big rejection. So multi-time frame showing that potential bullish price action here. Now going back to the very lower time frame, look at the 15-minute chart. This is currently in an uptrend here, so you can see that this is an uptrending market structure here. And with this uptrend, with a double bottom, a complete bounce followed by this pullback, and you can see the market made another bounce followed by this pullback, and we can see big move, and it's in a smaller consolidation, bounce, a smaller consolidation, bounce back to the upside, giving a high probability for this market to potentially push back to the upside to create a new higher high. So this is where the market trend is currently up. Now you can see here, this is a bullish impulse, and also there is another bullish impulse. So the candlestick pattern that we can see is significantly bullish, that you can see is being created. So dropping down to the very lower time frame, if we look at the 5 minutes here, where the price is 15 minutes, and also looking at the 30 minutes, so 30 minutes there is a liquidity gap bounce, and there is another one also doing the same way. So this is another 30 minutes candle with a stronger liquidity gap. So this candle, as soon as this candle will close, we will see that news announcement here. So coming up, we can see that calendar, okay, so preliminary GDP and unemployment claims, so both of them is market mover. And with this price, if we look at the 1 hour, so let's draw the 1 hour support level to see potentially where the market might be to be heading. So you can see this is an important 1 hour support. Okay, so here is the move that you can see, big bounce back to the upside, and waiting for the market to potentially push back up here. There is a liquidity zone in that area, and let first data to come up. And if the market is coming for pullback here, as it is a bull market, we will be looking for bullish trade setup here in that direction. Looking at here lower time frame, where it's heading back to the upside potentially, and in this market here, this is we see 1 more minutes remaining for the data to come up. So as soon as the data release, we may see that a spike. Would like to see that spike, and then we will be, so spike might be to the direction of the trend. So spike back to the upside potentially. So the market slowly started to move back. So what kind of information that you can see here? That's a unemployment claims was negative, and also preliminary GDP was little better. It's forecasted to be minus 0.3%. The actual minus 0.2%. So because there is a deficiency in data, let's see what kind of price action here. We see that there isn't much bigger move happened, and let's see how the market potentially be forming the price action. 30 minutes price action here after the candle close. It's still showing that bullish move, and if you look at here, it's a bullish market structure. Looking at the 4-hour candle, so there is a sharp bounce from here. Therefore, any pullback is where we may be able to find potential entry. So this is the 15 minutes price action. Let's draw that support here on the 15 minutes chart. Looking at the 5 minutes as well, there is a doji. Now these are some of the levels that we would like to see that in the upcoming few minutes to break. So if we see the market is showing that so 1 hour big bounce, now here is the market trend is up, and we may see that potentially trend continuation back to the upside to create a new higher high here. Okay, so getting some rejection here. Would like to see the market to possibly come back below any of this key level of support, and then to reject back to the upside again. It's a bull market, so the price to potentially go at least 3316 level that expecting. So if the price is going back there, we might be able to catch some potentially some couple of pips, quite a few pips here. So looking at the 1 minute, you can see there is a doji. So what we can do here is first let the market to break below, and then once we see the market has done that move, it's trying to push back up. So here I'm going to place a pending order, buy stop above this high for this potential move back to the upside, and we'll be targeting just to this liquidity zone, which will be with a move that I would like to have around 24 pip. So placing a buy stop in that market, buy stop at 3313.91. So 3313.91 is buy stop. Stop at 3310.85, and TP target at 3316.26 with a smaller risk. So I place the buy stop here, and expecting it to break above to go to that liquidity zone. So place the buy stop here for this possible bounce back to the upside, and we'll be waiting for that possible trigger as this market trend is up. So I'm active with the trade. So the trade is triggered, buy stop is active, it's in an uptrend, so would like to hold that position for a little more time. Okay, moving back to the upside. So if it goes to the full spectrum here, we will be able to take 24 pip. Look at the 30 minutes. Come on, it's an uptrend, so it's in an uptrend, but you can see there is a break of structure suddenly, and guys, in an uptrend there is a break of structure. So now, is it going to change the trend? So there is a sharp break of structure. Now we'll see that if it is breaking from the trend or the very tight stop loss, and it's pushing back up again from a very narrow zone. We are almost nearing to the entry area. So if we look at the 5 minutes price action, where so we can see the market is in a very crucial level, but approaching again to the entry area. So if it is a head, it is forming a head and shoulder. So you might see with a tight entry. Let's wait to see if the market is here heading back again for possible so it just broken below, and let's wait to see if the market is changing the trend, because it's in an sharply uptrend from this support level. So it's in an uptrend. It just has broken below, but still there is a possibility for the market to push back to the upside. As you can see, it's just gaining momentum again. The key resistance is here. And we'll be placing again another buy stop in that area. Stop loss below this low and TP target to that level again. It's almost nearing to that zone. So we'll be placing buy stop at 3313.01 with a very tight stop loss. And stop loss here at 3309.79 and TP target at 3316.23. I think it just is trying to get back up again. So place buy stop in this area at this level at 3313.09. So we might get an entry if the market push back up. If it coming down, then we may see even potential break below. So in that case, we might change the entry, change the potentially an order here. So still we can see the price is in a consolidation because there is a news. We see that consolidation, but the target here 3316.23. Now entry here at 3313.12, pending order, buy stop. Now if it form this big head and shoulder and coming down, then we might see that that possible downtrend. But I think that the possibility to push back to the upside is higher because it's in an uptrend. So the trend continuation is more likely. The trade is active, right? So we are on the trade, it's active now, and holding it to see how far it might be going. So the second trade is active. So this is the 5-minute candle that has formed a bullish pattern. So the second trade would like to see that it's going back up. Though the 1 hour price is pretty strongly bullish so far. Like to win this one fully. If this one is pushing back to the upside again to the resistance, that's where possibility for hitting that level. As if we look at the past, we can see that this is a very key area of resistance line. So this is a 1 hour and expecting it to cross that high. So this 1 minute candle, so with a 15 minutes candle close, that we can see the price is trying to create another bullish candlestick pattern here. So the 1 minute a long wick dodges, we have opened the position in the direction of the trend, and so would like to hold it to the full TP so that we have the previous trade and this one to go for at least to break even state. Okay, now moving potentially back up, expecting to go up to full the TP, to full TP. Right, so going up and holding on to that. Now I'm not closing here yet. Come on, it's getting some kind of rejection from the top because there's a 1 hour candle close coming. Looking at here on the 15 minutes, it's in a very crucial, this is a very important resistance line. You know, expecting it to go ahead and hit that level, but we see that the price is in this area. It's the 5 minutes. You know, the market does this more often, gets that struggle to shoot back up. So with the 30 minutes close, what it is trying to do here from the 1 hour, that's a pretty long candle from the 1 hour, and Here you can see that the market is so it's in a bullish trend where it almost nearly to the TP and then has got that rejection. So we may see now so before the 1 hour close, how the market is trying to push back. It's a very weird price action and trying to push back up again. So this is on a support. Now from the support, we'll be waiting to see if it is returning back again to the upside from this support or coming again to create a new lower low. Is the market having to get that rejection? So if you look at the 5 minutes close that you can see from this support level, this is a very important support, and you can see the price again pushing back up from this 5 minute support level, and with that sharp drop, it's almost nearly pushing back again, and I think with the 5 minutes close is to see. So there is a 5 minutes candle closed. Now we have only 5 minutes to go before the 1 hour close, and I think before 1 hour close, can we expect one more bounce? And we can see that bounce happen and holding on to that for a potential TP hit here. Right, so before the 1 hour close, to have one more potential bounce nearly to the TP hit, and would like to see that it's going back fully I'm not closing in the middle, as we are almost 4 minutes remaining for this 1 hour candle to close. Let's wait to hit that trade to go to the full spectrum of the TP to the resistance line from the 1 hour to create a new higher high, as the market has tested this low. Let's see if we look at 15 minutes here, which is also showing that potentially bullish. Now come on, we don't want to see that triple top. So before the 1 hour close, if we look at the 1 minute price action here also, there is a pin bar. Okay, so we'd like to see that crossing. All right, cool, which is closing, creating a bullish price action here. And that being said, we can expect a potentially upside to hit that full profit target. All right, so nearing to the TP hit, and I'm ready to close even manually if needed, but still I'm holding it because there is a candle close coming. And I think with the candle close, we may see that potential bounce. Yeah, hit TP hit. We see that hit the profit target on gold. And that being said, we one trade losing, one trade winning. We are almost nearly to the break even. Let's wait for further opportunity, as this is the 1 hour price, and you can see it's a pretty strong bullish move back to the upside. And we'll be waiting for possible another setup. We'll keep trading, keep opening position once we see that better trading setup that we'll be taking in. And we see that there is a coming up in 1 hour candle close. So this one is closed in profit, the other one has also 2 trades. So and now would like to see that where the next trade potentially be opening. So we'll look to see here is liquidity grab, expecting it to push back up here, and this 30 minutes the market crossed a very important level here. Candle closed on the 1 hour, and that's a pretty long candle. All right, so pretty long candle. Now the question is, what are you going to do for the next potential setup? We see that there is a very strong bounce, and Now for the next trade setup, are you guys with me? So let's look for the next trade setup. And here we are, 1 plus 1 minus. Good morning. Any setup news? Yep, coach, you can see chart is not clear. I'm not gold buy currency 450. It's okay. You guys can hear me now, can see me. I hope this is clear. Is the chart clear and everything's sound is clear? Can you like this stream, guys, if you are enjoying? And also, can you let me know that if it is clear? Thank you. Can you give feedback in the live chat that it's clear or no? The voice is clear. Yep, awesome. Thank you. Cool. All right, cool. Now let's look for the next edit setup. So you have 1 win, 1 loss. Now let's look for potentially what we have next. Looking at calendar again, now the data was pretty interesting. Let's see how the information has impacted the DXY. To see now DXY, you can see there was a gap open and then massive break below on DXY. If you look at the weekly, you can see that this is a weekly move. From the monthly, also pretty strong bearish move. Daily as well, we can see that with this gap open, significant bearish movement here, complete break below from the daily. 4 hour here with a gap open, complete break below. And because there is a pretty strong gap open and a complete break below, you could see that DXY to come back down here to the bearish move. And in this market, if you guys look at, DXY is in a sharp downtrend where the DXY downtrend with the data that we have seen, that is both this one, unemployment claims, is really important information. So that one showing negative, so that's in fact definitely has contributed to the downtrend on DXY. So that will leading that euro dollar to be bullish, British pound US dollar also to be bullish. And now we see that as a mirror effect on gold, that is currently, we see that had a sharp bounce from this support level. Now because it's in an uptrend, gold, let's look at the daily, deleting all those lines to understand it. In fact, this is a for the next the data that on unemployment claims has given potentially a slowdown of this upside movement, which might be bringing to pullback. But one very important clue here that we can look at on the daily price here, you can see this is the daily support, where from this daily support there is a very sharp breakout if you look at here, and the price currently above the daily 20 EMA. So if you look at here, you can see this is the daily 20 EMA, and the market is above this daily 20 EMA, and because the market is above the daily 20 EMA, pretty sharp bounce, we could see the price to potentially to trend in that direction to create a new higher high here. And if we look at another important point, guys, if you look at here, you can see this is the Monday first daily candle open, and during that time period when the first daily candle opened, where we saw this big drop, this is high liquidity zone. The price has not tested that level yet. So if you look at here, you can see this is the weekly price action, and as the monthly candle close coming, we could see that the market to potentially move back again to that monthly, the weekly resistance. So, and today's move already had a significant bounce to the upside on the daily, and it is less likely to travel further to that level today. But because the market has made a significant break to the upside, the price above 10 and 20 EMA, therefore any pullback is where there is an opportunity to go long, because it's a bull market, right? So looking at here on the, if you look at here, so this is a 30 minutes, and looking at the 15 minutes also, this is a significantly bull market, and 1 hour chart, pretty strong bounce. And now let's see where we can expect the pullback in this move. So these are some of the levels that we can see we can expect for potential pullback, where looking at, all right, so this is a lower time frame, and as you can see the market in this lower time frame here, which is in a pullback. All right, so okay, so this is where the market has made its big move early today, and there's a 4 hour candle close coming. So that 4 hour close, if the price is coming back below here, that 4 hour close could give us again potential entry. Now this is 15 minutes that you can see the market trend is up, and the lower time frame price showing that potentially this is a, we might get confused with a head and shoulder, which is in fact a head and shoulder, but the trend is the most important part that you need to look at when we are looking at the market, right? So Gilbert, well, I hear, thank you Rajkumar, which where you are looking gold today. Gold is bullish, that we can see, waiting for proper if you look at here, waiting for the proper price action confirmation after massive potential drop down, and then we will be looking into that that entry. So looking here on the, if you look at 15 minutes, again looking at the 1 hour chart, .5 minutes. So it is forming a head and shoulder here, but that head and shoulder, what I think that we may see that potential, if it breaks below, we may see another potential bounce here, because the trend is still up, right? So couple of levels that we could see the market coming and retesting. So if you look at here, 30 minutes as well, very sharp trend, and this is the 5 minutes candle forming two important doji here, and I think both of that potentially to remain bullish. If the price come to this 20 EMA, that's a very important key area of support. Thank you for joining the live session. We see little disconnection. All right, so I got a little bit of disconnection. I hope that you guys can see me now. Can you please confirm that it's now visible? All right, so you can see that from here, the market has it is forming that consolidation pattern, and with that consolidation pattern, as we can see, the price is showing this is a support at the moment. This consolidation pattern directly may not push back up, but we may see that a little penetration below to get the enough momentum fuel and then to push back to the upside again. The only here is that there is a sharp big red rejection here, and that sharp big rejection is where the market is currently in a move. So with that being said, here is the price is on the support, and in that support we can see the market is trending. We'll be looking to see that the price potentially to be heading back to the upside here. So we see there is a 15 minutes candle close in that area, and after the candle close it's trying to push back up again. But if we see that a support retest here, we can look for further entry. If we, this is a 20 EMA, and you know that quite a few long wick candles in that area. That is where you can see the market is having that bounce back to the upside here. the market is here is the bullish move, potentially pushing back up. This is the 1 hour price action, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and the 5 minutes chart. So we're looking forward to see that the market is making its way back to the upside, where so as you can see, it's now after a multiple retest of this support, trying to go back up again. So this is a key resistance line, 5 minutes, showing that bullish price action. So looking at the 15 minutes again, so this red candle was potentially a deeper pullback of this move, and it may go ahead and create a higher high here. So we are seeing that the market structure is still showing bullish, and with the upcoming session on XAUSD, apart from this, let's look at some of the other currency pairs such as dollar yen and euro dollar and British pound US dollar, how they might be doing here. So if you look at British pound US dollar, here we can see that on GBP USD, looking at the daily part, GBP USD pretty sharp bounce. On Euro USD, pretty sharp bounce. USD JPY and NZD USD, so quite a few instruments. If you look at the dollar yen also, from this resistance line, there's a big drop back down to the support level. Dollar yen, if we look at the weekly, we can see that there was a weekly drop to that support, and this week so far have shown significant bullish move again. We are almost nearly to the monthly close, and I think the price here on dollar yen, after a break of a structure, may try to push back again to the upside on dollar yen, and So therefore daily move so far a big bearish candle. From the 4-hour, I think dollar yen may try to come here for potential breakup structure and then to trend back up again. So looking at the weekly and looking at the monthly here on dollar yen, where the important support, and this is where we could see the dollar yen to come down, right? So grab liquidity and then to potentially bounce here. So that being said, XAUSD here, and which again return back up. $15 minutes, a complete bounce back to the upside. So before the 4-hour close, we have seen 35 minutes time remaining for this 4-hour to close. And you can see that 15 minutes also showing bullish. This is a huge bounce on the 4-hour time frame on gold, and which is basically potentially to be heading back to this high. And because it's in a very sharp uptrending market structure on XAUUSD with a multiple retest, we may see the market is going to hit that key area of resistance line here. And 4-hour candle is a full green candle that you can see, which is a big bounce. And it's a very interesting kind of a structure is being formed here in this area. And this is where the market is having that uptrend here. So now for us to find further entry, are you guys ready for another entry? We can enter again as soon as you will find that. Let's see that where is our next potential entry. This is 30 minutes that you can see the market is pushing back up with the 30 minutes price action, and So here is that this is forming a structure. Let me know, guys, are you guys ready for another entry here? Connection. So we got that here on with the candle closed. There is a pretty sharp bounce on the 30 minutes candle close, and this is showing that that bullish price action here. You can see that. So maintaining that bullish market structure, and I think ultimately we could see the price to potentially hit that key level of resistance. I hope that the connection has been restored. Now here is the move that you can see in this area, and that is where from this support level having back to the upside potentially. Now we see there is a breakup structure, and before the candle close here, this is a move that 4 hour before the 4 hour close. So you can see the market started to push back down, and we will look for if there is any entry. If we see that deeper pullback here, especially coming to that support level, we can look for further entry. So this is the 1 hour price action. Also you can see this, let's delete those lines here again, and 1 hour support. If the market is coming here, bouncing off that level, that's where the important area of value, and would look forward to see that the market is having that potential break back to the upside here in that area. This is the 15 minutes price action where the market trend is up. So looking at if we look at the 5 minutes here, we can see this is an uptrend here. So we see there is a sharp bounce in this level. So if we look at again the 1 minute chart to see, there's a 1 minute bullish doji formation. Looking at the 4 hour high, this is the 4 hour high. Here is the previous resistance line. Now looking at the 1 minute again, the price getting some new momentum in this area. We could look for entry. Let's see if we have enough space here for getting this reward. The probability. So as the 4 hour close coming and the 1 hour, so there is you can see there's a pin bar here. Now 1 hour support is here, This is 1 hour support. With a pin bar, it's trying to form a head and shoulder. Now this head and shoulder, that if you can look at the 1 minute chart, and with that head and shoulder, this is a pretty big head and shoulder. Before the candle close, if we see that enough pullback to the downside with this head and shoulder, is where there is an opportunity for trade. Look at the 30 minutes here and 15 minutes getting sharp rejection. The 5 minutes here. With the head and shoulder formation, expecting that the market to potentially come down to the support, and with the head and shoulder, the market is now started to break in that direction, and let's wait to see if it is a reversal or trend continuation. If you look at the 4 hour here, you can see this candle is, that this is a big bounce in that direction on the intraday, and with this sharp bounce back to the upside, the price again we can see slowly pushing back down, so it may try to come back here to this support. For us, for finding another entry, we need to see that it has come to a very important key area of level. And okay, it's breaking below that level. That because it started to break below, most likely we could see the price to come back here to this support level. Now, see, it's important that we always look for a market that has, the price on an important zone, because for us to enter, we need to look for where others will be interested to buy or sell, right? So a zone where the buyers and sellers are interested to trade the market. And that's the secret, because we can enter at any point, but when the price on an important area of value where in the past the buyers or sellers are interested, and also looking at the trend is your friend. There is this famous saying, trend is your friend until it bends in the end, but I would say that trend is your friend as long as you are trading. Because if you are trading with the trend, even if you make mistakes in your entry, which can happen, right? More often you'll see that the trade is going in your favor because you are in the major flow, right? Flow is very important, understanding flow. Because you are in the major flow, more often you'll see that your trade is working out in your favor. Right, so that's why understanding trend is very important, right? And trading with the trend is very important. That's why you'll see that all the strategy that I use in the academy is based on trend. Now, how do you understand the trend? Sometimes it's confusing, right? So you could see that, you might see here it's in a downtrend, the market is falling, but if you look at the 4-hour, you could see that it's in an uptrend, right? So there's a confusing. Sometimes we see the market in a downtrend, the price is falling, and in the market we see that a different time frame showing a different trending direction. That is why it is essential to look at a market that has proper trend. Okay, so bigger picture, long-term trend is the key. Now if the market reverse, that's a different, right? So if you look at here 4-hour, you can see it may even reverse here, right? So you could see the market is potentially reversing, and if it started to reverse, that we could see the market had a complete change of trend and we could see a different direction. But when we see that, especially in a market that is in a flow in lower time frame aligning with the higher time frame, that is where the best entry opportunity. So if you look at here, you can see this is the uptrend at the moment. If you look at the daily, there is a big rejection from this support level on the daily, and 4-hour here you can see that this is also sharp bounce back to the upside. Now looking at that from that point of view, if you look at the 5 minutes here, you can see that this is a currently the market in this uptrend here, it is breaking below, right? So this support is an important support in the major direction of the trend. So this is where we will be looking to see that potential entry. Once we see the market has broken below, grab the liquidity, and then if we see enough confirmation, we can look for that entry. Otherwise, we even could see a change in the direction of the trend, because there's a 4-hour close. We still may see that the market to come back well below that level. So if that's what we see, the change of trend, we can look for that opportunity in the market. I hope that guys are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up. We had 2 trades. Look to see that another one. If you guys want more trade, let's wait till the end to see what is the next entry that we can find. Right, so here is it's coming from the top, breaking from the structure, potentially coming back to the support level, and it's coming down here, expecting. Okay, so would like to see that it's breaking below, and okay, so slowly trying to draw back to that support. Now we have 12 minutes for this 4 hour to close, and in this time frame, if we look at here, it's trying to push back up. Go with a 1 minute a long wick doji. Now looking at this one here, guys, this is the 30 minutes price action, and 1 hour is after this big move. There is a doji formation, and we can see there is a 4 hour close coming, so we may see that potentially a bullish entry possible for before the candle close to have a potential one more bounce back to the upside. So here with this imbalance, we will be placing pending order long in that area, buy stop loss below this low, and TP target will keep that imbalance only in that zone. So that's a buy stop that we will be placing at 3316. Buy stop at 3316.10, and stop loss at 3313.09, and it's already at entry, so I will be entering. By market is pushing back to the upside, so stop loss at 3313.09. Getting a bit faster move here. So I'm on the trade on Xauusd for possible a bounce back to the upside, right? So it's a quick trade. We might close in the fastest time possible once we see the market has made its potential move back to the upside. It has formed an inverted head and shoulder here, so expecting a short-term move. You can see the price is in a bullish movement here in this market. So looking at the 5-minute chart, I'm on another trade. This one like to close in profit so that we can have running profit for today. So it's a buy trade, expecting it to move back to the upside again before the candle close. So it's a bullish market that they're expecting to for the market to push back up before the candle closed, right? So we are on the bullish side here, and it's going back to the upside. I will also be ready to close anytime, still running in, because it's still showing bullish price action. Awesome. Moving back to the upside here. and it's getting rejection. I'm closing out right now with the running profit. I've closed with the running profit. There are a couple of pips here. I got around $20, so not big one, but because the market is candle close coming, I'm out with this trade with a little profit, as we might see a significant up and down before the candle close. So are you guys give an update here? So you can see it's showing that bullish trend. Have you guys got any profit on this? Should be, because everyone almost in the same page. So thank you. What's your gold view? Thank you. Awesome. Have you guys got any update here? Thank you. Is profit. Cool. Let's keep it profitable. So it's moving up now. As I mentioned, understanding trend is the key. When you see the market coming for a pullback on an important area, that's where you will be looking for that kind of entry. And that's the key to become profitable as a trader, is to look for a market that is trending and trading based on the long-term direction of the trend. Trend is your friend as long as you know that you are trading. That's the key to understand the market. So we had 3 trades today, 2 winner, 1 loser, but still overall we are in the profit. And nearly we are ending this session. We see that there's a 4-hour candle close coming. It's Thursday. Tomorrow another big day coming up, guys. If we look at here, let's look at what we will have tomorrow. The reason big day tomorrow is whole day there will be euro volatile, and tomorrow core price index, so PCE price index on dollar, and then it's weekend. It's also end of the month, so we can expect a crazy move in the market, and that's what I like to see, that the market is moving aggressively, and that's where you will be entering into the trade as soon as you will find that kind of entry. So it was a great session, guys, all of you together trading live. Until that, tomorrow I'll see you again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy, see you again, trade safe.